on this great occasion. Remember, today, I would like to, of course, welcome you to the National Museums of Kenya. It is the day that all of us are celebrating the World Day for Cultural Diversity, for Dialogue and Development. That's why the Romanian Embassy in Kenya is, of course, celebrating the masks of the world. What you were seeing earlier here was a rehearsal, a warm-up, some cultural, of course, expression from Romania to us. They will, of course, be sharing the same presentation a little bit later. It's a lovely piece of a presentation awaiting for you here. So as we wait, of course, for our guests of honor, I would like to welcome you to this great occasion. First of all, I would like to acknowledge all the representatives of the different heads of missions who are here. First of all, of course, the Romanian Romanian ambassador to Kenya, Her Excellency Gentiana Serbu. It's really an honor for you to see you here. Asante sana for welcoming us to this great occasion. Thank you. Of course, different representatives who are here from the different heads of mission. I would like also to acknowledge the presence of representatives from the Ukrainian Embassy, Artem and Ilya. Thank you so much for giving us your presence. Of course, I appreciate the presence of the representatives from the Thailand Embassy in Kenya. We appreciate you also. I know we have a director of the National Museums here amongst us, many other dignitaries. Of course, just give us a few minutes. We are waiting for our guest of honor. We are waiting, of course, who will be representing Honorable Gladys Boss-Sholei, who is the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. She's supposed to have been here. Yes, and of course, we have Honorable Mrs. Jane Kihara, Member of Parliament in the Republic of Kenya. Mheshimiwa, it's really good to see you here. Karibu sana. Asante for gracing us with your presence here. We're also waiting for Honorable Mrs. Umi Bashir, the Principal Secretary in the State Department of Culture, Arts and Heritage, Minister of Gender, Culture and Arts and Heritage, who will be representing Honorable Aisha Jumwa. She should be with us any minute from now in the second. So also appreciate the presence of the Secretary General of Kenya National Commission for UNESCO, Dr. James Njogu. Also Her Excellency Mrs. Morakot Janemetrokon. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Today we are appreciating culture, so if my tongue slips, asante sana. Ambassador, it's good to have you here. Also, we have Her Excellency, His Excellency rather, Mr. Enrique Javier Ochoa Martinez, Ambassador of Mexico to Kenya, who are here amongst a host of other dignitaries, honorable distinguished guests, of course, and those who have been invited to this great occasion. So, of course, as we wait for the Principal Secretary, Honorable Umi Bashir, I would like you to welcome you to the beautiful art, cultural diversity that, of course, has been expressed to us here. I was just reading something about Romania, and maybe this you know already. Ambassador, allow me to say this. But I was reading that in the Southern Eastern Europe, Romania should be the largest country in the Southern East of Europe. It is, of course, also by population, the 6th in Europe, in the European Union, with about 19 million inhabitants. And remember as well, I'm a sports journalist by profession. So just to tell you something about Romania, is that they are amongst the 4 of the first countries to ever participate in the first 3 World Cups. Also Romania, for your information, has produced some of the best results in the World Cup for those who love football. In the 1986, those era back in the day, 1994, of course, they produced their best performance at the World Cup. So Romania is very rich. And just for your information as well, Romania, the Romanian government will be hosting 2 Kenyan under-18 school teams. Recently, for those who know, there was a Europe Day Kenya football tournament. Finals are held at Ulinzi Sports Complex last Friday. And 2 teams have qualified for a training camp in Romania later this year. That is Kobala Girls from Homa Bay and Highway Secondary School in Nairobi. And one of the things that they will be going to explore and enjoy in Romania is the cultural diversity that is there in Romania. Romania, of course, is full of mountains, hills, great weather, Ambassador, I'll be looking forward to really also joining those two teams to go and enjoy the cultural diversity that we have in Romania. I'm just sharing this because it's World Day for Cultural Diversity, of course, at this particular time, this day. And I'm very honored, of course, to join you, Ambassador, with the other heads of missions who are represented here to enjoy this great occasion. So as we get, of course, set the ball rolling, as we wait, of course, for the Principal Secretary will be in a bit, I would like to welcome the host of this particular event, the host who is here. I'll just introduce him, Dr. Frederick Manthi, the Director of Antiquities, Sites and Monuments, to come, of course, and welcome us at this particular event. Otherwise, if he didn't give us the permission, we will not be here. So Dr. Frederick Manthi, Director Antiquities, Sites and Monuments here at the National Museums, please welcome us.
Thank you, Master Simon. All protocols observed. I would like to, in a very special way, say thank you so much to all of you. It's a great honor for us to be able to work with us, with all of you, the wonderful missions in this country, and also it's a wonderful way also to make new friends. From today going forward, I've been able to meet a number of ambassadors from different missions who are with us this wonderful evening. So to us at NMK, we are very honored to be able to host this particular event. We just discussing some of our friends a few minutes ago about this wonderful exhibition. It's the first time we are seeing the kind of really wonderful rehearsals that we've seen even before the big event starts. Yeah. So on behalf of the NMK, our CEO, who is not with us today, I would like to say a big welcome to all of you. This is the NMK, the National Museums of Kenya. Again, like we say, this is where heritage lives on, and this is part of our heritage and part of the world's heritage. And indeed, we are here to celebrate the diversity in our heritage. Regardless of where we come from, we share a very common diversity, a very common heritage, and we also share a very common ancestry. On a very light note, we know we are all Africans, and we owe our ancestry to this country and to this part of the world. So again, in a big way, welcome back home, and really feel as at home as possible. And we would like to say karibuni sana and have fun, enjoy our wonderful exhibitions. And again, also come again and visit our museum, not just this one, but also our museums across the country. Karibuni sana, welcome home. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Frederick Manthi, who is the Director, Antiquities, Sites and Monuments at the National Museums of Kenya. I would like to ask a very a small question. All of us, we come from different cultural backgrounds, and we are here, of course, to celebrate our different diversities. We have masks in our own cultures, right? I'm sure we do, right? I would like to ask just one of you, when is the last time you wore a mask? Sir, just introduce yourself and tell us your name, and also when is the last time you wore a mask, and what did that mask symbolize or exhibit?
Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, sorry. My name is Tom Otieno from the African Heritage House. So when you talk about mask, that is part of me. The last time I wore a mask was in 2018. And it makes you feel like a royal. Yeah. It was a mask from Congo, from the Luba people.
Okay. All right, that's a mask. I remember, I come from the Luya community in Western Kenya, for those who know Western Kenya. And we wear masks. Allow me to share this, ambassadors and other heads of missions representatives. There's a community that is our neighbor in Western Kenya, and just before our initiation to manhood or adulthood, just before that particular initiation, we wear masks. And those masks, of course, this reminds me of those kind of masks. They're normally made of sisal, covering the entire body, and then you just leaving your eyes. And normally, we normally wear those kind of masks, or those neighbors of us in those community wear those masks to scare away fear. You know the initiation, right? I hope you understand. For those, okay, just mean like circumcision. When you're about to be circumcised, that is the most frightening part of a man. Men, all the men here say aye. Yeah, it's the most frightening part of your. That kind of masks to scare away the frightening experience that one will have. But it's never frightening because we always do it in the morning, so it scares away the cold. So it's good, of course, to be here and to share. I want to hear it from a lady. I know all of us wore masks in 2020. I'm not talking about that. All of us wore masks in 2020. I remember we wore masks to scare away that serious pandemic. But of course, from our cultures, we have those masks. It's good to see you. I just tell us your name and share with us any time or any situation you've ever worn a mask, what it meant to you, and why. It's very important because, of course, Masks of the World is a celebration we are celebrating here together with the Romanian Embassy.
My name is Martha. Unfortunately, the only time I wore a mask was during the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah. Yeah, my name is Martha. I'm a student. Unfortunately, the last time I wore a mask was during the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is very new to me, and I appreciate seeing other cultures that have worn masks. Yes.
Thank you very much. I know, ladies, even that time when you go to the spa and get yourself masks, those artificial masks, you can also share with us on that particular experience. However, of course, thank you for really that, for sharing that experience about masks. Remember, it's first, the Masks of the World is a celebration here. So I would like, of course, at this juncture to welcome Honorable Member of Parliament, Mheshimiwa Jane Kihara, to address us. Of course, as we continue, and welcome the Principal Secretary. Mheshimiwa, tafadhali, karibu.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols observed. I am in a very different function that I didn't know what it was about. I came to represent my deputy speaker, and I was told I was coming to celebrate a mask. So I didn't know whether it is that of 2020. I didn't know which one. But every day is a learning day. When I got here, I got excited. It's a good thing. When MC, I have worn mask during birthday kids. You know, they buy us masks. I think that is the last one I wore. So I'm happy, and this is an experience. So what I'm going to read is a small piece of paper was given by my deputy speaker, who happens to be out of the country, and she was going to be a guest here. She's a friend of Her Excellency, and I felt I should represent her, much as I didn't know what it was, but I've just seen what it is, and then I imagined these are things maybe you have not thought about before, but you have seen them, but you didn't know that there are people who really put much importance to it, because you would think this is things that are made by young boys here, but this is great. It's great experience. So let me just read this speech on behalf of my deputy speaker. and you allow me, if you don't mind. Remarks by Honorable Gladys Boss, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, during the opening remarks of the World Day for Cultural Diversity and Dialogue and Development and Masks of the World event held at the National Museum of Kenya, Nairobi on 21st May. Professor Mirigi Kungi, I don't know whether, let me just read the way it is, whether they are here or not, because I don't know who is here, who is not here. Because I can see Honorable Aisha CS is here, Professor Mirigi Kungi, Director of General National Museum of Kenya, James Jogu, Secretary General, Kenya National Commission for UNESCO, Her Excellency Ms. Marokat Jane Masukon, Jesus, I hope I'm pronouncing well, Ambassador of Thailand in Kenya, His Excellency Mr. Eric Javier Achoa Martinez, Ambassador of Mexico, Kenya, Her Excellency Mrs. Gentiana Serubu, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm delighted to join you here today for the celebration of World Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development, a day that was declared by the United Nations General Assembly in 2002, following UNESCO's adoption of the 2001 Universal Declaration on Cultural Diversity. Kenya, as a member of UNESCO, has been commemorating this day led by the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO in partnership with stakeholders. This day is particularly important for promotion of cultural diversity while highlighting the significance of culture and as an agent of inclusion, mutual understanding, and fostering of peace. This year, through the partnership between the Romanian Embassy in Nairobi and the Kenyan National Commission for UNESCO, commemoration of World Day for Culture, Diversity for Dialogue and Development also celebrates in a special way the masks of the world to strengthen multiculturalism and promotion of the rich tradition and of masks across different cultures for peace and tolerance. I'm informed that there are several events lined up for the week that will be featuring an international exhibition, cultural dances, conferences and workshops at the various venues. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. Though I'm not an expert of African tradition culture, masks typically were worn to symbolize transition and used in social events. For instance, masks were worn to symbolize transitioning from childhood to young adulthood during initiation ceremonies. Some were worn by specific members of the community, such as spiritual leaders and medicine men and women. It is interesting that across diverse communities and continents, our ancestors wore masks, perhaps indicating our shared humanity. I'm grateful that the diplomatic community, as represented here, has seen it fit to share their culture as expressed in the adornment typically used by their indigenous communities. This sharing cultural practices, I believe, will foster understanding amongst our nations and lead to better relations. Kenya's constitution indeed, in the preamble, recognizes cultural diversity of the people as in an inspiration for a unified, indivisible, prosperous nation. This diversity is reflected in our multicultural society characterized by diverse communities with rich and diverse cultural heritage resource. As a member state of UNESCO, Kenya is keen to promote UNESCO best practices to foster peace amongst communities, mutual understanding and collaborations among nations through culture. Ladies and gentlemen, as we mark the 2024 Day for Cultural Diversity, for Dialogue and Development, I wish to congratulate the Ambassador, the Embassy of Romania and the Kenyan National Commission for UNESCO for this initiative to collaborate in this year's event. As we know, culture is the basis of friendship and collaboration among nations. It is my hope that there will be many collaborations between Kenya and Romania on areas of mutual interest. I look forward to viewing the exhibitions and learning about the different cultures. Special thanks and recognition to the organizers, the Romanian Embassy in particular, Her Excellency Mrs. Gentina Sebu, Ambassador for Romania to Kenya, and the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO, as ably represented by the Secretary General, Dr. James Jogu. I wish all of you enjoyable event. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Jane Kiara, who is a Member of Parliament for Naivasha constituency, speaking the message by the guest of honor who was supposed to be a Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gladys Boschele. At this juncture, I know we started off quite quickly on that, but I understand we would like to remain upstanding so that we can play the national anthem for Kenya, then the national anthem for Romania. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
O God of all creation, blessed is our foundation. Justice be our shield and defender. May we dwell in unity, peace and liberty. Plenty be found within our borders. Let one and all arise. With power strong and true. Service be our highest endeavor. And the homeland of Kenya, heritage of splendor, from where we stand to defend. Let all with one accord in common cause unite
Thank you very much for the national anthems for Kenya and Romania. I would like to also acknowledge the presence of the EU Ambassador to Kenya, Her Excellency Henriette Geiger, for joining us. At this moment, let me just quickly request a few remarks, very few remarks, by Ambassador Diana Kiambuthi, who is the Director for Cultural Diplomacy Directorate in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora. Ambassador Kiambuthi, tafadhali, karibu.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ambassador Diana Kiambuthi, representing the Principal Secretary, Foreign Affairs, State Department of Foreign Affairs. He's not around. He's away in the US with His Excellency the President for the visit. It's exciting to be here. In Foreign Affairs, the Director for Cultural Diplomacy, and this is a passion for me. Anything culture is very passionate for me. I was expecting P.S. Umi to be here. That's why I sat outside. I thought she would speak before me, but all the same, let me read my few remarks that we had prepared. Honorable Jane Kihara, representing the guest of honor, excellencies from various embassies, Your Excellency, Ambassador Gentiana, Ambassador of Romania in Kenya, Dr. James Njogu, NATCOM, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor and pleasure that we gathered here today to commemorate the World Day for Cultural Diversity and Development. A momentous occasion championed by the United Nations Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, and celebrated annually on May 21st. I've already apologized for the PS. MFA, that is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is very happy to be part of these celebrations. In our foreign policy, we have cultural diplomacy as one of the pillars. That is how important we take, or rather seriously we take our culture. It is part and parcel of our diplomacy. It is a directorate which is about almost 10 years old. It's new, but very vibrant. And in recognition that we as diplomats, we have to improve, we have to improvise the way we relate with the world, we have to, think outside the box from the traditional modes of doing our diplomacy as a country. The Cultural Diplomacy Directorate was created. One of the main objectives, we have 5 objectives, but I'll just highlight one of the main ones that is in relation to the day we are celebrating today, is to promote cultural, global intercultural dialogues. And I think today is one of those days that the world has set aside to celebrate cultural diversity. Our focus, of course, is to promote cultural diplomacy as a mode of engagement. And as you know, Kenya is a multicultural, multi-ethnic nation, a country that really embraces cultural diversity, so much so that this is embedded. It's a value that is embedded in our constitution. That is, again, how seriously we take this issue. We therefore join the world, UNESCO, and everybody else in the world to celebrate this day. Now, when we come to the theme of today, I thank the Ambassador of Romania for organizing this event. The masks of the world, I was doing some little research and I saw what it means. It is really a rich tradition that Romania has carried on. it's just for us mythical in a way, because as Honorable Kihara said, we know we used to wear masks. And I was having a discussion with her just a few minutes ago, and we were trying to remember, where in Kenya do we have masks worn? And she said, during children's birthday. That is where you see many people donning masks. But again, in theater, I was reminded by one of the speakers who answered the question, when did you last wear the mask? We see a lot of people wearing masks. But for Romania, I think this is a very rich tradition to celebrate your cultural heritage. And I congratulate you on this event. I like exhibitions, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's on offer today at the exhibition. In conclusion, let's draw inspiration through this day from the timeless wisdom of mark makers who have gone before us, and it is to pledge to continue their legacy by promoting peace, tolerance, and understanding through the celebration of cultural diversity. I also had a discussion with colleagues in the office, and we were saying if really people embraced cultural diplomacy, cultural people-to-people contact, perhaps we would have much more peace in the world. Because in culture, you're yourself. You speak to the heart. You speak to the person, to the soul of that person, whether it is through food, fashion, movies, dance, all that contact, if it is promoted and if it is encouraged, we may have much more peace in the world. I thank you so much, and I look forward to the exhibition. Asanteni sana.
That is Ambassador Diana Kiambuthi, Director for Cultural Diplomacy, Directorate, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora. At this juncture, I would like to welcome Her Excellency, Romanian Ambassador to Kenya, Ambassador Gentiana Serbu.
It's okay. It's okay. Logistics. Okay, how much I will get? Thank you. Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you very much to the honorable members of the parliament, of the government, and also to my dear colleagues that are here. And I know how busy agenda you have. And I highly appreciate your presence here, all of the diplomatic corps. Also, I would like to start, I'm sorry, but I need to thank to some people and some institutions, and allow me to express my gratitude to the Honorable Mrs. Gladys Bosch-Sholei, the Vice Speaker of the Parliament, represented here, and by our colleague, and I'm very grateful to the co-organizers, the Kenyan National Commission for UNESCO, and I would like to thank to the Permanent Secretary, even she's not here, she was very present during the organization of this project, the Permanent Secretary, Umi Bashir, the State Department of Culture, Arts and Heritage. And of course, I'm very grateful to the partners and participants, the museums, the National Museum of the Romanian Peasant and Astra Museum from Romania. We have here the marks due to their efforts. They came here, the directors are here. You can speak with them if you want to know more about the Romanian masks. I don't dare to speak about this in front of them. So also National Museum of Kenya, African Heritage House, and Ari Africa, and Bomas of Kenya. The universities that are here, like the University Transylvania Brasov. They sent a team of professors and students. They are here, they will perform, they will work also with their colleagues, the Kenyan colleagues in the university, Technical University in Nairobi. They will also go to Tiri Girls High School, and they will have workshops, and they will show how the Romanian masks are made. They will also dance to see the children, the students, how we dance and how we celebrate with the masks. I thank you so much to the embassies of Republic of Costa Rica, Popular Republic of China, Republic of Philippines, Republic of Indonesia, United Mexican States, Republic of Serbia, Royal Thai Embassy, also for their contribution and full support in everything. It was not easy, but we managed to organize. Thank you so much. And to the local authorities, we have also a representative, the Vice President of the Council of Sibiu County, which is in Romania, and where is one of the museum, Astra Sibiu. So these are the thanks. And I would like also to speak about, to try to find together the spirit of the project, to feel it. Because this is part of the cultural activity of cultural diplomacy of the Romanian Embassy in Nairobi. In this respect, I invite you to travel in time before the Second War in Geneva, where the biggest diplomat that Romania had, Nicolae Titulescu, who was president of the League of Nations in 1930 and 1931, which was the only time when a president was elected twice. And he gave a speech of peace in 1936, before the Second War, before all the disasters that shaked the humanity. I'm quoting, "In the pursuit of peace, we must transcend the national interest and embrace the common humanity that binds us together. Peace is not merely the absence of war, but the presence of justice, equality, and cooperation among nations. Let us strive to build bridges of understanding and solidarity, for in unity lies the strength and to overcome the challenges that threaten peace. This is the spirit of the project Masks of the World, a modest contribution to peace and tolerance through better understanding of different cultures, to people and people contact, to fight against racism and extremism." So I don't like long speeches. I don't like to listen long speeches, so I'll not give you a long speech. Please enjoy the diversity of this beautiful exhibition. And I have to say that there are some masks here, and I have to recognize the contribution, personal contribution of some embassies, where they gave the collections from their embassies or personal collections. I gave some of the masks there in the corner. They are from Caribbeans, and I bought them when I was ambassador in Cuba. Thank you so much to all of you for coming, and enjoy this beautiful day. We'll continue with other speeches, please.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Gentiana Serbu, Romanian ambassador to Kenya. Now this is the moment, of course, we need to enjoy and see and watch the cultural diversity that we have. And at this moment, I would like to introduce Dr. Alexandra Belibu, who is PhD lecturer at Transylvania University in Romania.
Esteemed guests and hosts, please, if you want to move in the left side of the hall, so you will watch a performance of our students. What you will witness in the following moments is a glimpse of Romania. You will listen to songs from all areas of our country with different flavors and rhythms. And then you will see the Goat Theater. This is a ritualic dance, one of the most representative traditional Romanian ritualic theaters, specific to mask repertoire. This ritual takes place mainly during Christmas and New Year's Eve. The unfolding of the ritual has the meaning of change, the goat being the element that makes this change. The goat makes the transition from old to new. It makes the transition from one owner to another, and from life to death, and again to life, warding off evil and metaphorizing the Romanians' ancestral belief in masks that save the people from illness and death. The theater is a skit in which the goat changes ownership and is sold by the shepherd to a poor gypsy buyer. The play is comic, with many humorous local moments, and includes the buyer checking and testing the goat, and culminated with its fainting or death. Seeing the fainted goat, the shepherd gets angry at the buyer, blaming him. The buyer retorts that it is not dead, but she's got the evil eye. The buyer tries incantation, but the charms doesn't work, so they need a doctor. The doctor examines the goats and searches for the cure. Then the goat recovers, gets up, starts dancing, celebrating life. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the students of Transylvania University of Brașov, Romania.
I'll tell you when to start it.
Thank you very much for that presentation, a wonderful one. Shukran sana. Just, of course, as we come to the tail end of this, I would like, of course, to welcome for a very short remarks by Dr. James Njogu. Dr. James Njogu, who is the Secretary General of the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO. Daktari.
Thank you. Good evening. I will indeed make just very short remarks. Nobody likes listening long speeches. However, allow me to observe protocol, Your Excellencies, Ambassador, and of course the guest of honor, Honorable Jane Kihara, who represented Bose Cholet, the main guest of honor for this activity. They are those guests we expected. I'm aware a number of Your Excellencies from various embassies are present. We also observe the protocol. The Director of Culture, Ambassador Diana, and the various excellencies present, distinguished guests. As the National Commission for UNESCO, we are very, very much delighted for this occasion to celebrate World Day for Cultural Diversity, for Dialogue and Development. When I see the dances being made here, they remind me of the cultural diversity that we embrace. We are told that cultural diversity is very key for peace and for development. We understand that more than 35% of the world conflicts have a roots in the culture. The National Commission for UNESCO, our role is basically implementing the UNESCO activities within Kenya, which also includes celebration of the various international days. And therefore, this day on 21st May, it is critical for us that we are celebrating this cultural diversity. We also appreciate our partnership with the Romanian Embassy, that we are celebrating it in this way, by also marking the World Mask Day. So we highly appreciate and we highly thank you for the partnership and the partnership with the various colleagues from the various embassies for partnering with you and with us to achieve this. It's an interesting thing about masks. Actually, as Ambassador Diana mentioned, Kenya and mask, we are not very much in it, but we can see, and we have a lot of history about it, and we know that the history about mask ran very far. So to see all of you present here, we highly appreciate, and we thank you, Madam, Your Excellency, the Romanian Ambassador, for inviting and for making a real. We have had a number of days planning for it. I'm also pleased that from the Kenyan we have a dance troupe here to also present themselves and present the cultural diversity that we all appreciate, including the mask, so that then we use the forum as part of propagating the culture for peace, culture for dialogue, and culture for sustainable development. I also appreciate the National Museums of Kenya. When I see Ahmed is the elephant outside there, and my name is James Njogu. The name Njogu stands for elephants. And this elephant outside, it's from Marsabit, for those who know Marsabit. One of the elephants in Kenya with the longest tusk. I normally pay tribute to Ahmed. And it's nice to be at the museum and to see that, and also to appreciate the mask we have here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. James Njogu, Secretary General, Kenya National Commission for UNESCO. Please, at this juncture, please assist me to welcome Her Excellency Ms. Morakot Janemathukon, the Ambassador of Thailand to Kenya, to make her few remarks. Karibu, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Asante-san, and also Khop Khun Ka. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation for the host of the Romanian ambassador and also from the Kenyan side. I think if I repeat everything, I think it's more or less the same about the significance of today and the mask, role of the mask in the world. But I think it's better for me to talk a little bit about the mask in Thailand. I would like to share to you something about that. How many ethnicities in Thailand do you know? You know how many we have? It's 56 ethnicities. And for the 56 ethnicities, we live in harmony. Not only live in harmony, we also love each other. We can share with each other. By how? That is a good question. But before anything, I would like to tell you that we also received the UNESCO International Intangible Cultural Heritage for the mask we have in 2018. I think most people could recognize which masks are from Thailand, I guess. At least something in my hand, at least something in my ears, and this kind of thing. Why the mask is important for us? For example, here you will see the mask here. It's not that after we receive the intangible cultural heritage that we preserve the mask. But in fact, this kind of mask, we preserve it beforehand, and especially during King Rama IX and Queen Sirikit. When we preserve the mask and we conserve them and try to keep them as the Thai heritage, then all kind of this job has been restored and developed. That's why you will see, like in my hand, we have a very nice scarf. And this kind of thing can only be because of the mask. We restore it. So it means that, for example, if we don't only have this kind of mask in Thailand, we have so many kind of masks. But for some masks, it's for fun. For example, if you go to northeastern Thailand, then you will see something like they dance like the ghost, we call Pita Khon. That is a fun part. This one is more ritual, this one is about the traditional things. And this one, it doesn't show only in Thailand, because in fact, the root of this mask is from India. I don't know whether we have some colleagues here from India or not, but this is from Ramayana. We consider them a very high arts in Thailand. So for this kind of thing, we promote the understanding and cultural links, people-to-people connections or tolerance, because we think that we are friends. And we are, in fact, we are from the same root, we are humankind. So this kind of thing, we have it, we share it with India. And inside our country, from Thailand, we share this kind of thing. And nowadays, I would say to you, for this kind of thing, it's not only made in the central part of Thailand, because these masks are very famous in the central part of Thailand. But at the moment, those who can do this kind of thing very well is also from the north, from the northeastern, or even from the south. So I would like to give you an example of how mask, or even the mask performance, or how when we restore this kind of thing, we preserve it, it can be good to everyone. So the mask, the role of the mask already make it grows through friendship, reconciliation, and promote people-to-people understanding, and can always bring so many good things afterwards. A mask is not only a mask. A mask is something more valuable than that. And I hope that after this event, thank you to Ambassador of Romania, we will appreciate even more of the mask, and we will know the mask more than Phantom of the Opera and some other masks we know nowadays. I think around this room, I really appreciate all pieces of the mask, like this one as well, the very beautiful piece. Ambassador of Philippines said that it looks like fierce and like it's scary, but to me, I think it's very beautiful. Anyway, I just would like to give you a very small showcase of Thailand, and thank you very much for having us in this event, and may I wish this event the most successful of the year, and happy to everyone too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Her Excellency Morakot Janemathekon, the Ambassador of Thailand to Kenya. I've been allowed to pick the Romanian masks. At this juncture, please allow me, the last of course, to welcome His Excellency Mr. Enrique Javier Ochoa Martinez, Ambassador of Mexico to Kenya, to make his few remarks. Please, Karibu, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. I will try to be very brief, and thank you, first of all, to our host, the Romanian Embassy here in Nairobi, and also to all our Kenyan hosts for this magnificent event. Of course, as well as my colleague from Thailand, I don't want to speak so much about the mask and the symbolism of mask, because this has already been spoken about, but I would like to talk to you more about the masks in Mexico. This is something, Mexico has a rich tradition in masks that come from our pre-Hispanic cultural heritage, and one of the most important masks that we have in Mexico, and if you ever have the opportunity to visit Mexico, don't miss the Museo de Antropología, where you would see one of the most magnificent pieces of pre-Hispanic art, which is the Mask of Pacal, which is a Mayan royalty. It's all of jade. It's a fantastic mask. But the masks that we have exhibited here, over there, as you can see, you could almost think that they're African masks. They do not necessarily show much the characteristics of traditional Mexican masks. And this is also something which is very important to us, because this is something that I also wanted to share with you. When you think about Mexico, you think about a country which is a mestizo country, a country which is a product of syncretism between indigenous peoples and Europeans. However, an important part of our population comes from this continent. And this is something which is, that you can see on those masks. And unfortunately, until very recently, it was not recognized in our constitution that our country, our rich country, is also composed by Afro-Mexican communities, and this is something that in the year 2019 was included in our constitution. So therefore, I think it's a moment of celebration that finally we have recognized this common heritage that we have with Africa, which is very evident in the masks that you see there. So again, thank you very much for this opportunity to share this moment with you, and thank you, Ambassador, for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador of Mexico to Kenya. Asante sana. At this juncture, of course, we are on the tail end. I will be requesting to have our Kenyan dancers also, so we can showcase how our Kenyan dancers do their cultural expression to us. However, remember, this is a festival. It is starting today, and of course, it will be winding up on the 26th. Tomorrow, the Romanian embassy or Romanian government will be at the Technical University of Kenya, TUK. They will next head to Kabarak University. They'll also be at Bomas of Kenya, and also at the Romanian embassy. So just, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for really coming here, Your Excellencies, heads of missions, and honorable dignitaries and distinguished guests. Really, thank you very much for making a time to this occasion. So please enjoy this Kenyan dance, and of course, as we come to the tail end of this event. Asante.
Order. Order.
Okay. All right. Just tell us exactly what this dance is about, from which side of Kenya. They need to know.
Yes.
Your name and where these dancers come from. They represent which cultural area.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Okay, we are Rapala Dance Ensemble. We are based in Kibra. We are doing Kenyan traditional dances from all ethnic groups in Kenya. And today we are ready to present from the Luo community. We are going to perform Ramogi dance and Nyatiti. You're most welcome. Enjoy.
Luo is from the Lake Victoria. Enjoy.
Jaguero wach mano kwala, Jaguero wach mano kwala, ano kwala to kata ng'amo kwale bende onge awuoro. Jajoko ero wach mano ira, Jajoko ero wach mano ira. Ano ira to kata ng'amo ire bende onge awuoro. Ulangra chipuyo banda, Ulangra chipuyo banda, Kangonga obanda paka maridadi. Ola chingwa ligama no gamoda ko ni chuore, utieno kaji nindo. Ogolo banda, ayayo banda kangonga obanda paka maridadi. Ogolo banda, ini ora ogolo banda. Ogolo banda, ini ora ogolo banda. Ayayo banda kangonga obanda paka maridadi. Milongo Obama, Milongo Obama, Milongo Obama, Gima War Obama, Gima War Obama, you can you more leoni in Langinyeo,
Nyatino Ruben Yotoya, Nyatino Ruben Yotoya, Kawero ngato kawero mama, Kawero ngato kawero mama, Nyasiaya.
Kawero ngato kawero mama, Kawero ngato kawero mama, Nyasiaya. Ini orayo, kawote madongo dak madnyuka gwata gido amabeta ulando. Ini orayo, nyako marash dum na kitungu, ani nyako marash dum na manyasi. Adu awero ngato tawero mama, tukarwero ngato awero mama, Nyasiaya. Benio doya, Nyathigo uru benio doya. Garwero ngato tawero mama, Garwero ngato tawero mama.
Thank you very much. Well done. Congratulations, Asante Sana. Thank you for showing off. Well done. Asante Sana. Those dances, of course, represent in the African culture the animals that we keep, the birds that we have. Basically, we normally express them through our dances. When you see animals, cow walking, just remember we are dancing the animal way that we normally keep. That's, of course, the short history of African dance. At this moment, of course, Dr. Alexandra, please introduce your team. And then, of course, later on, we shall be having a lovely instrumental play by Wakake Kake. But for now, Romania, take the stage.
This is the ritualic Kiparush. We wish you that this Kiparush ritualic dance give you health, richness, and give you all the good things in life. And please enjoy our performance by the students of Transylvania University of Brasov. Join us in a traditional Romanian dance called Hora.
M-aș duce și eu la joc, măi, măi, cu tot satul la un loc, măi, măi. M-aș duce și eu la joc, măi, măi, cu tot satul la un loc, măi, măi. Da ochii și lumii scurti body, și palii mi-scă-n scurti body. Da ochii și lumii scurti body, și palii mi-scă-n scurti body. Frunzuliță cu suio, mi-aș lua papuși cu toc, dar cu ei nu pot să joc. ieși de badi la noapte, măi, măi, și ți-se poalele toate, măi, măi. O ieși de badi la noapte, măi, măi, și ți-se poalele toate, măi, măi. Poalii lungi ochii și noi badi, să jucăm frumos în doi badi. Poalii lungi ochii și noi badi, să jucăm frumos în doi, măi, badi. Oi, și de badi la noapte, pișor, ți-se poalele toate, măi, bădiță, bădișor. Poalele le-am isprăvit, măi, măi, jocul când s-o mântuit, măi, măi. Poalele le-am isprăvit, măi, măi, jocul când s-o mântuit, măi, măi. Și-am rămas cu poalele badi, iar tu cu mândrile badi. Și-am rămas cu poalele badi, iar tu cu mândrile, măi, badi. Și-am rămas cu poalele, tu badi cu mândrile, mă. Iar duminica și vine, măi, 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 găti bădiță ghini, măi, măi. Iar duminica și vine, măi, 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 găti bădiță ghini, măi, măi. Ochii noi și poale lungi badi, tot în brațe să mă strângi badi. Ochii noi și poale lungi badi, tot în brațe să mă strângi, măi, badi. Iar duminica și vine, moi, găti bădiță ghini, pe poale lungi ochii și noi, să jucăm frumos în doi, măi, bădiță, bădișor.
Well done. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Danke. Merci. Thank you very much. Lovely performance. Okay, thank you. Thank you for now, Asante. Merci, merci beaucoup. Of course, just before we have the vin d'honneur attached to the wine, I would like to welcome finally Wakake Kake, a Nyatiti instrument that is commonly known or played from Nyanza, that is next to Lake Victoria. So of course this is known and of course as he plays his instrument you shall get some champagne served. Enjoy the Nyatiti.
Adea, sati okinyeo, kata longo okinyeo, kata oche okinyeo. Kidwa kidhi chiro kod pesa. Adea maloma kianga modhier, midhieru miwuotho duk, to sati okinyeo, to longo okinyeo, to wuoche okinyeo, kata koti okinyeo. Ayombi makumba linoja inga majawiri linoja ngoma pumunawe. Iweyo gawe uri joma sat chignawe. Oje kumbe mangeyo to sanda, sando anje kumbe mangeyo sanda, sando anje jamkundo sanda, sando uri ya kuku yagre sanda. Makia ngamodur Ijer sana mi wuotho duk Makata sati okinyeo, to kata longo okinyeo, to kata woche okinyeo. Kidwa kidhi chiro kod pesa, pesa madinyeo kod olong. Akati nyeo kodo kut, kendo gimajonyi, inwang'o mon ka wang'o rech, owang'o kege to ngege kwar, ngege minyeo, ai itere ot, to bang'e mija ot koso kodo kun. Mama siapa tero nyoro dero par kubar bech pesa jalwar, makolwa dira kikonyo 11, kubori matala, ager kukondo kumendo kati diragola. Abongo wakamara, abongo nakot, abongo tako mabade chot, manego chore kodukoyo. Obunya kanere, obunya dero mul, mamono wedo kodabongo, dokweru kola unato. Ejo kumbe mangeyo to sana, sando animo, ele sana, sando animo, kumbe mangeyo sana, sando animo, jamkundo sana, sando
Thank you. Asante sana. Where you found, what did that say in a nutshell? What did that mean?
Oh, that's a song. It's about how sometimes you go to the market instead and you are looking forward to buy some very nice shirt. But you know, in Africa there's nice food that like fish and nyama choma in Mutura. So instead of buying yourself a nice shirt or a nice cape, you feel the nice scent of some very nice fried fish straight from the lake, and you do prefer to buy the fish and take it back home instead of buying yourself a new pair of shoes or a shirt. So that tells that you, instead of starving, first of all, take care of your body before you show the outer part of your body.
Asante sana. Thank you very much, of course, for that presentation. And of course, at this juncture, I will hand it over to Her Excellency, Romanian Ambassador to Kenya, Ambassador Gentiana Serbu.
Thank you, Tony. No, don't. We finished the official part, and I would like to join us in singing Happy Birthday to Alexandra. It's her birthday? No? It's not? Yeah. I know from Facebook. Birthday to you.
I will start to cry.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sandra. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, I missed the party. Happy birthday, of course, to you, Dr. Alexandra. Ooh. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we come to the tail end of our event, Masks of the World. But remember, it's a series of celebrations. Tomorrow at the Technical University of Kenya, then in Nakuru at Kabarak University, Bomas of Kenya, at the Romanian Embassy, and of course, just to wind up here on the 26th. I have been your Master of Ceremony, Tony Kwalanda. Enjoy your evening.